Come on in. Come on to Charms Cooking. Charms Kitchen, Charms Cooking. Hello, tonight we're making meatloaf. We're gonna make a meatloaf. I'm gonna wash my hands with soap. I have the right to any music you hear in the background. So Facebook, don't come for me. I have the rights to any music that you hear in the background. It's by my brother, Arthur Tiso from St. Lucia. I have the rights to any music that you hear in the background from my brother, Arthur Tiso in St. Lucia. Hi, Andy, my biggest fan. Hey, sis. Hey, girl. Ooh. I have the rights to any of the music. We're cooking today. We're making meatloaf. We're making meatloaf today. Okay? We're making meatloaf, asparagus. We're going to show you how you make asparagus. And we're also making mac and cheese. It's going down today in Charms Cooking. Also, I want to tell you about my cousin. He's my little cousin. I'm so proud of him. His mom is Andy. She's on my live. She did a great job with him. He is amazing, amazing young man. And today he touched on mental health. His name is Phil Henderson. Phil Henderson with the show called The Edge. I am asking all my supporters on my Facebook Live with Cooking with Charm to please follow him. He's on my Facebook page. The show is every Sunday at 12 o'clock. And it's called The Edge with Phil Henderson. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put that out there, that he is my little cousin, but I'm so proud of him, and he is amazing. He has amazing talk shows. I know we have a mental health show that we have on our page, but just support him when you see him on Sundays, and whenever he's on, I will post him on my site so you can see what he's talking about. Today, the subject was hit home, because they talked about somebody in the area that I grew up commit suicide and they killed themselves. So mental health, we never know who's suffering, because our families, they could be right there with you and you would not even know that they're suffering. So I do ask you guys to please support Phil Henderson on The Edge. Every Sunday he comes on. And if you missed the show, you could always go back and watch the reruns. So we're going to go and ask Alexa. You know how we play our games. We're going to ask Alexa about meatloaf and where did it originated from. Alexa, meatloaf. Who started meatloaf? Who? What do I tell you?
This might answer your question. Meatloaf of minced meat was mentioned in the Roman cookery collection Picus as early as the 5th century. Meatloaf is a traditional German, Scandinavian and Belgian dish, and it is a cousin to the Dutch meatball. American meatloaf has its origins in scrapple, a mixture of ground pork and cornmeal served by German Americans in Pennsylvania since colonial times.
You all heard her? She told you where meatloaf started, right? In Rome. Meatloaf started in Rome. I like to study the history of our foods, because we eat things and we don't know where they got started. We just know they taste good, they're delicious. And I'm going to ask about asparagus. Alexa, where did asparagus, where do they grow it?
Here's something I found on the web. According to reference.com, to grow asparagus, plant one-year-old asparagus plants in the ground outside as early in the spring as possible, once the soil is no longer frozen.
1 year to grow asparagus. Did you hear that? That's crazy. Anyway, we love it. We're going to eat it tonight. Thank y'all for growing it. That's all we do. But we're going to eat this today. So with my meatloaf, I am going to put in 1 egg. Okay? 1 egg. You don't have to beat the egg. You just add it in. And then I don't use my hands. If you want to use your hands, it's fine. But I don't use my hands to, you want to bring the camera a little closer if you can? I don't use my hands to do the meatloaf. But everybody has their own niche. I just don't like the touch and the feel of it. That light went off. I don't know why. And now I'm going to put a little garlic powder. A little garlic powder, because you know I love my garlic. Okay? If you guys can see, just give me a thumbs up so I know you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put a little bit of flour, not much, just a little bit of flour. And then I'm going to put my breadcrumbs in it. Okay? I have already sauteed some onions over the stove because I think with meatloaf it cooks so well sometimes the onions are not cooked properly. But that's just me saying it. You know, you do it however you want to do. You can put the onions in there raw. You can put the onions in there cooked. I have already seasoned this ground beef all day. I had some black pepper, green peppers, all the seasoning salt. You know I love my Caribbean hot sauce, so I'm going to put a touch of that in it. I'm going to go ahead and put some more of the breadcrumbs. I was looking for something else. I'm going to put some more of the breadcrumbs, and then we're just going to mix it up. You don't have to put your hands in it. You know, you just keep, I'm using a fork, and I just keep going like this. That's it. Then I'm going to go ahead and I have already grated some of green peppers. You guys know I love my green peppers, red peppers. I have already diced that up in my mixer. So I'm going to put 2 spoons of that. Okay? I'm going to put 2 spoons of that in there. And we're going to make our meatloaf. And that is the meatloaf for tonight. You can squeeze a little lemon juice if you want, which I had already done earlier. Just make it the way you think the kids are going to love it and you're going to love it. So I have incorporated all of my breadcrumbs in there with the egg. What are they saying? Is this safe? Hi, Safe Zone. I love you. I was just talking about my little cousin who had a show on. It's called The Edge. He has his own talk show, and he talked about mental health. And I thought about you because you touched on mental health because you are a social worker, and you talk about a lot about mental health. So maybe you want to follow him and see what he's doing. He is an amazing young man doing great things for the community of St. Lucia, where I was raised. I'm born, actually. And I was raised in New York, Brooklyn, you know, the whole lot. So anyway, so then I'm going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese, just a touch. My hands is clean. Remember, ladies, if your hands is not clean, do not go to anyone's kitchen without washing your hand. My hands are washed and clean. I am not touching the meat because I don't like the touch of I just don't like the touch of it, so I don't touch it. Okay, so that's done. So now I'm going to take my bowl to bake it, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of butter, just a tab of butter. You know I love butter, and I'm going to whisk the butter around, not touching anything with my hand. Look at how nice and neat this is. You don't have to touch anything. You don't have to worry about dirty. I think you need to bring the camera a little closer. You don't have to do anything. And just put your butter in there so when you put your meat in there, it will not stick. Okay, ladies? So now I'm going to put the meatloaf in there. Very simple. Look how beautiful. It just comes right out because everything is in there. Okay? Put that in to wash. And you use the fork again, right? To just... Because people are like, I don't like to eat people's meatloaf because I don't know if they touch it. And I do understand that, but I don't touch mine. I do not, under any condition, put my hands in it. I always use a fork. And then I have my little platter, simple and nice, and we're going to bake this for 45 minutes. If you have a thermometer that you could check it, it has to be like 150 degrees on the inside to cook properly. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and put our ketchup on the top. Just swaddle a little bit of that. And then we're going to take the same fork and just put it around it. And voila. We have our meatloaf. I keep saying meatballs. Our meatloaf getting ready to cook. I'm going to put it in the oven. Okay? So now we're going to also we're going to do our asparagus. Actually, we're going to do our macaroni and cheese first. That's going to take a little, it's not going to be long. Oh, I forgot to put my onions in. It's okay. I put it in the oven. So I'm going to do the asparagus. So the asparagus is easy. Very simple dish. I am going to wash it out in a bowl. I'm going to wash it out. And I am going to also cut the edges, because the edges is not that great. They are like the bamboo, right? The edges are like the bamboo of it. So you don't need to keep the edges. I had already taken out some of the edges, but I hate not taking it out because you don't want to eat that part. That part is too hard. It's not good. So we're going to take that out. We're going to take that out. We're going to cut that out like so. Everybody does it differently, but that's the way I do it. I just cut it out. If you can see, I cut the bamboo area out. And then I have my asparagus, the real stuff. Not that bamboo part. That bamboo part is I don't know what that is. I guess that's the part where they grow it for the whole year. That part. Okay, so I've already washed it. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of butter. No, I'm going to use olive oil in the pot. I'm going to dry it up. And I'm going to put, this is bamboo, looks like bamboo to me. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pot. You're going to have to come closer to the pot. A little olive oil. And let's see if we put one. Oh, if we put one, I don't think it's hot enough yet. We might have to take it to the stove because this other part does not. I'm going to go ahead and season it up first. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to season the asparagus. I'm going to put a little bit of seasoning salt on it, right? Put a little bit of seasoning salt. A little bit of seasoning salt. A little bit of garlic powder. You know, just for flavor. You do it the way you want. Put a little lemon juice. Just squeeze a little lemon on top of it. Because I kind of like the lemon taste of it. You can actually just bake it in the oven like this. I feel as if some of the bamboo is still in it. No matter how I take it out, I always look for more bamboo. And then I'm going to throw it with the olive oil in here. I still feel there's bamboo, but it's just me. It's just my, it probably doesn't have any more bamboo, but it's just me doing that. And then I'm going to squeeze a little bit more lemon on top. And we're going to cook it and let it cook down. In the meantime, I'm going to go over to the stove. I'm going to go over to the stove. Let me put a little bit more oil. We're going to go over to the stove. Virgin oil. That's the olive oil. Virgin oil, you might have to take that part out. We're going to go over to the stove to do the macaroni and cheese while this is going. We don't want this to overcook. We want it to have like a crunch. If it's taking too long, I will take you to the stove to do it. So now we're coming over to the stove to do the macaroni and cheese sauce. It's going down in Charm's Kitchen today. What y'all think? Y'all think y'all were going to see a pretty cake and that's it today? No way, Jose. Is that Diamond? Is that Diamond? Hi, Diamond. I think that's Diamond. Okay, for the macaroni and cheese, I'm making the macaroni and cheese sauce. I already have the mac right here waiting, but I'm making my sauce for the macaroni and cheese. I'm going to put that in the pot. I don't like the elbow noodles. I don't know how you guys feel about it. If that's what you like, that's what you like, ladies. It's all good. But I'm making me my sauce. I've already put a little bit of milk, very little. And I have put some seasoned salt, some white cheese for the sauce. And then I'm going to put this in, which is a little bit of, I'm going to put the mac and cheese in. Put some cheese in here for my sauce. You can actually put a little bit of these in there, in your mac and cheese. Yes. I have sauteed some onions. If you want to put onions in your mac and cheese, you can do that too, but I'm not going to put that. And this is my sauce for the mac and cheese. I'm going to let that boil. How was everybody's Sunday? Everybody's going back to work tomorrow. Work tomorrow. I need more cheese. I thought I had some more cheese there. Thank you. Oh, such a good helper. I have my little helper here with me today, ladies. She's amazing. I don't know what I'd do without her. She is amazing. Her name is Aaliyah. She's my niece. So now I am going to put some more of this, which is a white cheese that I had there. I'm just making my sauce. There it's thick and nice. And then you just want it a little thick, your sauce for the mac and cheese. And then you're just going to turn that off and pour it over creamy cheese for mac and cheese. I haven't touched anything. I haven't put my hands in anything. Ladies, we have to practice because you have to know how to do these things and not make it like a big deal. It's not. Cooking is such an art. It's not a big deal. Once, I guess because I love it, I expect everybody to love it. Look how creamy. You showing them how creamy that is? Don't put it on me, baby. Put it on the food. They need to see this. So everybody could do some home cooking for the holidays. This is the mac and cheese. Put some more cheese in it. First you make your sauce. Remember that the sauce is what gives it the flavor. Then we have our asparagus going. You know me, I gotta clean up. Okay. can't wipe the stove down. I'm gonna turn this stove on because I'm gonna bring the asparagus over here. This one is too slow. That one's doing something now. Oh, that asparagus is doing it. It's doing the darn thing. There we go. I'm jumping from one thing to the next. Y'all say, what's going on with this girl? We don't want our asparagus to get too cooked, but we want it to cook. Maybe when it starts getting a little brown. Oh yeah, you like asparagus? Oh, good girl. I just acquired a taste for it lately, and I love it. Don't forget to follow Diamond. Don't forget to follow Miss Alabama. All those people are already in my Facebook page. You go there, click below, and you'll see their names. We're all doing positive things on our platform. We don't have no cuss words. We're gonna do positive things for the world. We're teaching the children how to cook, how to clean. Look how lovely this asparagus looks. That other stuff is too smoky. I'm gonna put this in the oven. Remember, always clean around your dish. We're gonna put it in the oven. And we're gonna wait for the mac and cheese to be done. Asparagus is getting good. Ooh, it looks delicious. You can fry it, you can bake it. I like it baked sometimes, but because I'm doing this to show you guys how to enjoy this asparagus, I'm doing it that way. I have already sauteed some onions. I'm going to take a little bit of that onion and put it over it. It's already cooked. Some more seasoned salt. I don't want it too salty, ladies. You just want it to have that. You can put a little black pepper on it, which is what I'm going to do now. A little black pepper. Oh, I almost opened the bigger part. Oh my God, that would have been a mess on camera. Black pepper, a little more spices. And we have our asparagus. This is a wrap. This is deliciously looking. Our mac and cheese is going to take a little while because we just put it in the oven. And now I'm going to check on. I'm going to check in the stove. And the stove. I'm going to check on the meatloaf. How our meatloaf is doing. Right? We're going to see how our meatloaf is doing in a minute. And we're going to show you how we serve the asparagus and the meatloaf together. Mac and cheese, we can wait on. We could always, everybody make mac and cheese different. But my dish today is really the asparagus and the meatloaf. Let's see what the meatloaf is doing. Our meatloaf looks done because I had already started one meatloaf. I had already started one of the meatloaves. So I wouldn't hold you up. I'm going to show you what the meatloaf looks like. Coming over to show you the meatloaf. There it is, ladies. There it is. We're going to cut into it. We're going to cut into the meatloaf. There's our meatloaf. We're going to cut into it. And we're going to serve it on a plate with our asparagus. Never find what I'm looking for in this kitchen. It's too new. This is our meatloaf, all done. See, it's cooked on the inside. Okay? Cooked on the inside. And then we're going to take our pot with the asparagus and we're going to place it on the plate. And look at that. We have a complete meal. Now you can make some rice with this. You can make a little rice. You can make the mac and cheese like I did. Or you could do mashed potatoes. And this is your whole meal with the meatloaf. Voila. Isn't that gorgeous? Unfortunately, ladies, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read what you guys are saying. But I'm hoping everybody's saying something positive and nothing negative, because people come on here for negative sometimes, and I don't entertain that. So this is our meatloaf. This is our asparagus. And this is what we made. Don't forget to share the video. Share it. I'm going to wait for you to share. But we have an asparagus meatloaf tonight with macaroni and cheese. And you guys know what macaroni and cheese. It's just simple. But my thing is this. I just love the asparagus. You could put a little more lemon to serve it. And then you could put a little more cheese on top of it. A little bit of cheese on top. And you have a wonderful, wonderful dish. Okay? Thank you for sharing my live. Thank you for coming on and watching me cook tonight. I love every one of you. Say a kind word to someone for today and tomorrow and for the rest of the week. May God bless you. I won't see you until Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. That's my cooking days. Do not forget to support my cousin, The Edge, Phil Henderson. He's live every Sunday. He picks different topics to talk about. And do not forget to support Diamond, Sip and Sage with Diamond Stone. Do not forget to support Miss Alabama. She is a person who looks out for your interests, help you out with different things like how to get a house, how to get your page. Yeah, ladies, let's talk about the page. Get your Facebook page and get monetized and make money on Facebook. That's another way. You know, I remember being on food stamps. I remember doing all the stuff that I needed to do to survive. But now we have another way where we could cook and show people we can cook at home and we can make money through Facebook. And it's a good income. So let's help each other. Let's love on each other. I love you all. May God bless you and see you soon. Thank you for watching my show. Goodbye.